Kieran Box of Bants, and today I'm a little bit devastated, actually, to be honest, today because I was actually really looking forward to finally doing another face-to-face interview. But still, I'll have to settle for an interview over the phone on Skype with Niall Kennedy. Niall, first of all, how are you?
Not too bad. I don't need the face mask now, and yes, why not?
It's funny. It's funny because I lined up a lot of interviews in Dublin on Monday, and you in particular as well. And once the lockdown in Dublin came, I said, right, well, if there's one person I can't break the rules to go in the meet, it'd be Niall Kennedy, because he'd be waiting for me with a pair of handcuffs.
When I go to Dublin, you leave the Garden Wicklow, you go to Dublin for training, that's it.
I'm joking, of course. But anyway, first of all, in regards, not outside of fighting, obviously your guard and the virus, obviously since last March, has changed everyone's life. But has it really affected you? I know you've kept working, but how has it affected your life over the last few months?
My wife is a guard as well, so our lives have been dramatically changed. Like it's been very hard on people being out of work, probably being at home together all the time that wouldn't be used to it and stuff. But we've been working away, like we've been busy. It's a juggling act in my house. Niamh goes to work and I take the little man. I go to work, she takes the little man, and then I try to throw training in on top of it as well. So yeah, we should be in the circus. It's a juggling act more than anything.
Did you meet each other through the guards?
Yeah. We met in.
Sorry.
Yeah, we met in Wicklow, but her cousin will be one of my best friends, her first cousin. So I knew of her, but I didn't know the girl until I met her, and now I know her too. But
Has the job been difficult? And you're someone that's done campaigns and charity work for mental health, and there's a lot of people that are on both sides of the fence. And I can imagine for a guard who's trying to uphold laws, legislation, like I can imagine it's a very difficult time. How's it affected you over the last couple of months?
Yeah, it's same for every guard. Like it can be frustration. A lot of the laws come out. We have to enforce the laws that are pushed down to us to work with. So we've no real option in that regard. But like the world has changed, and it's probably this is the new normal now. Unfortunately, we're probably going to have to change with it a little bit. But I think from a community aspect, it has probably made things a lot simpler. It's brought things more to your own door and to your own house like that. People are more. I hope people start to readjust and start realizing that we concentrate on our own house as opposed to everyone else. And so the world is a great leveler. This could be another leveling tool by the world. Like it's crazy, it's sad, and it's scary, and there's loads of things like. But in every tough situation, we have to try and find the positive, and there definitely will be positives to take from this, and family and looking after the people that care about you. And listen, social media, what your neighbour thinks of your pair of runners, what your neighbour thinks of your car, all that stuff means feck all really at the back end of it. And this has probably showed us that a little bit, So I don't know. I think the world has an awful way of grounding everybody, and I think this was maybe just a grounding. We were about to, as a country, and we were about to come into another sort of semi-boom similar to 2005 time, and it's probably put a halt to that. So I don't know. The world levels things out, and I think the main thing for everybody to try and do is, like I said, I'm an advocate of exercise. I think everyone should try and get an hour's exercise in a day, or an hour's alone time a day is brilliant. Just to go for a walk, clear your head, do whatever you feel you need to do, just to rebalance yourself, because It is. It's an awful scary time for vulnerable people, people with illnesses, elderly people. Me or my little lad, we had to rush him down to hospital the other night. We thought he might have had it, but everything, thank God, came back clear. So, it is scary, but it could be the new normal. We're going to have to work with it.
So obviously, down to business here, it was announced that you're fighting Alen Babic.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's not that far away. So I can imagine that you known for quite a while, not quite a while, but I imagine you knew a couple of weeks before it was announced that you're going to be fighting Alen Babic in October.
No, I think it was announced. We didn't know it was we probably knew the Saturday before it got announced. We didn't know we had massive time between it, but we were training. We were training for a really tough fight in America. That was supposed to be on October the 3rd. The Saturday night in Vegas. But unfortunately, even though I have a P1, a sports visa, it's very hard to get into America at the moment. And that fight got scuppered because of that. So thank God Pascal has a good relationship with Frank Smith and with Eddie, and he sent a message saying, listen, I have a feeling the wheels are going to be pulled under us with this fight in America. Just to let you know, Niall Kennedy is fit, is ready, and has done a camp for October. So if you need any heavyweights for October, let us know. And then we got the word about about Alen. So, and that's the story it is, yeah.
It's funny because the way it's worked out for him, he's barely been pro a year. He actually hasn't been pro yet. He turned pro last year. His first fight was November last year, and because he was a good sparring partner for Dylan White and his character, it's kind of like he's kind of like you're like the opponent coming to this. But realistically, do you think it's a much bigger risk probably for him taking the fight than you? Wouldn't you say so?
Mir, it's a win-win for me. It's a massive platform. It's this side of the world as well, and I love boxing in Boston and I love boxing in America, but it gives everyone at home an opportunity to watch me on Sky Sports, which is great. I'm not a fool. I'm being brought over. They're not bringing me over because they expect me to beat them. But I think they've took a risk. But look, boxing's about taking risks. Maybe it's a calculated one on what they've seen in training and stuff like that. I took Alexis Santos on in my 7th fight, a 10-rounder. This is only an 8-rounder. So, you take risks. Some pay off, some don't pay off. I believe he's made a massive mistake, but we'll see on the night. I can't genuinely. I really am excited. I'm very relaxed about this fight because I think, look, the world is mad. Like, we just have to enjoy these things when we get the opportunity.
How many rounds? Do you know how many rounds of fight's going to be? Is it 6, 8?
8.
10. 8. Okay. And I can't imagine with him being 4-0. Would there be? Do you think there would be any sort of sanctioned belt on the line?
No, there'll be no belt, I'd imagine. Well, there's no speak of any belt. I'd say I'm probably being ignorant and rude here, but I'd say that how could you get a belt? I'm coming off a loss, and he's only in 4.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, definitely. Especially if you haven't had too many 6-rounders like him. I think it was his first 6-rounder against Sean Adele Williams. But in terms of your record, you fought on the zone. I know you haven't fought on Sky, but you fought on the zone before, and you've had all your fights have been in America. But he's 4-0, and he fought on the O2, but it was just a 4-rounder. No one really knew about him. Your loss against Devin Vargas, like his fight before that, was against Andy Ruiz. Who he lost. And I understand it was a year and a half before he fought Anthony Joshua, but still, even at that time, do you look at his resume and just think he's very, very green, and think that's the one thing that's going to take you over the line?
No, no. I think my preparation will take me over the line. I think my boxing IQ, the fact that I've been to the trenches and I've come out like come here. The Devin Vargas fight. Devin Vargas is a very, very cagey, wily character. If you looked at his fight against Andy Ruiz, he gets stopped in the first round, but he turns his head to a lot of shots, and the referee just stopped it when he turned his head. And if you look at the first round against me, he done the very same. So the same referee could have stopped the fight again.
Mm.
I thought I got stopped prematurely, but I had an injury. I didn't say anything about it at the time. It was a freak injury. It's sorted. I'm healthy. I'm fit. If I can get into the ring healthy and fit, I'm going to be competitive against them all. So, Alen Babic is no different.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way of fast tracking for both of us. I'm delighted I got the opportunity because if I was to wait around much longer, even if I was to wait around for a win, pick up a win, get myself back up, it'd probably give me a few extra pounds for fights. But I'm not in this for money. I want to see how far I can go, and this is a way of fast tracking that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's interesting you saying that, because someone in your position, especially to like both of you in your relationship are in public service jobs, very very good job. You've got a family, and a lot of people would kind of say now, like, why would you continue fighting even though you've a great record? People say a lot of boxers would stay in the sport and try to go as far as they can because of the not necessarily financial, like, but it's kind of their only way out. You know what I mean? Which is not the case for you. So it's nice to say. It's nice to hear you say that you want to see as far as you can go.
Yeah, my dream when I started was to get to the top 20 in the world, and I don't believe I still don't believe I've reached my potential. I think Pascal is still improving loads of things. Like the mad thing about it, I'm coming out of the gym every day still thinking, Jesus, that worked well today, and that's getting sharper today. I can actually see what he means, and you know, until that day, like the day that I turn around and I say, oh, fuck this, like it's not worth the drive up, it's not worth the hassle, then I'll pack it in. But at the moment, it's good for me from the mental point of view. It's good for me to have a focus, and hopefully in years to come, when my little boy is old enough, he'll see that if you want something and you have a dream and you believe in something, that you'll chase it as hard as you can, and that's all I want, really.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, go on there.
Loads of money would be deadly too,
but well, it's kind of like both of them come hand in hand, don't they? If you search for the glory and you search for the greatness, the money will come with it. That's kind of hand in hand, isn't it?
That was a joke. I said that in jest. No, the money, to be honest with you, is very, very, very insignificant.
Yeah. Especially in Ireland. But I suppose you're in a good position because if you win this fight, you're one of pretty much only two Irish heavyweight. And I know Murphys were building you as a heavyweight over in Boston, but still, even at that, the heavyweight scene, like, there's just, you lose one, there's another one available. It's just so many people so many opportunities in the division. But what I was going to ask you was, you and Pascal, have you looked at Babic in terms of, like, Babic, like last time you weighed in, he weighed in the cruiserweight limit. He's an amateur at light heavyweight. Funny enough, Joshua Buatsi, who's fighting Balich that night, like, Alen Babic has lost to him a couple of times. And he's a much smaller man than you, not in height, but in terms of weight and kind of stature. You're 6'3", he's 6'1", and he's pro year. Have you been looking at taking advantage of that through tactics? Now, I'm not asking you to tell me what you're going to do, like, but
no. A fight is a fight. At the end of the day, he'll turn up and he'll do. He fights the one way. Come here as an amateur. He fought that way. That college that Josh is boxing, he's slick. He's a slick fighter and switch hitter. And I watched him box him a couple of times. And to be fair to Alen, he's ballsy and he comes forward and he's as honest as the day is long. And I'd imagine that's what he'll do this time as well. And come here, I'm not as slick as Kalic. I'm probably not as quick. I'm so slow because I'm old and all that crap. Man, I tell you, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait for this fight. I really can't. I'm looking forward to it.
But what I was trying to say was, Khaled, like, he's a light heavyweight. He's a much smaller man. Do you know what I mean? And you are a much bigger man.
I've said it a couple of times, but like, what is it? There's an old saying: it's not the size of the dog, it's the fight in the dog and stuff like that. So I wouldn't go on that a whole lot, but like you look at James Toney, won massive titles at heavier weight when he was a small man naturally. Like, so I'm not taking that his weight and his size, that's his own business. It's nothing to do with me. I have natural things on this person that I don't against most heavyweights. I'm not a big heavyweight, but I'm 6'3", 6'4", and I'll be 16 stone 1 or 2 coming in fight night. I'll be coming in fair. I'm very fit at the minute. I've been doing a lot of running and stuff, so I'll be coming in very fit. Probably lightest I've been in 3 or 4 fights. Not for this, for no particular reason. Just that's the way it's been. So
yeah, you're a little bit different to his last opponent in terms of like, I've seen you, like, I haven't met you in person, but I've seen you on loads of different media outlets, like Seconds Out, mostly off the ball. But what you see with you is what you get. Like, generally a nice person, Irish. Do you think you're gonna try to kill him with kindness, maybe? In the build up more so, I mean.
He's a savage. Your kindness would be wasted on him. There's no need. Look, come here to me. He has a persona. Fair play to him. He's a 4-fight novice pro that has got me in a massive fight because of his attitude and his mouth. So fair play to his mouth. I'm delighted he keeps doing it. Work away up till the fight and come here. As long as we meet in the ring, we're both healthy and fit. At the end of the day, all the talking stops in the ring. And what he says before that won't have any. The only thing I will say to you, don't expect me to get caught up in anything like that. It's just not my thing. I'm not into it. So
yeah. Well, that become a lot of Irish fighters, you know. But you in particular, because I was only thinking of, like, the day before they fought, him and John Welter's, like, they had a little one-on-one press conference with Eddie Hearn, but Babic asked them to go outside and they'd fight, and they got up, like, and I was just thinking, I don't think that would happen with you and him, because I don't think you'd rise to that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Hope not.
Yeah. But yeah, like, and I imagine it's just a one fight, once off. Are you co-main? Do you know? I did. Oh no, sorry, just before co-main, I think, isn't it?
Cameron is co-main, I think, isn't she?
Yeah, that's right. But still, a world title fight on the card, and you're supporting it. And when are you flying out? Are you flying the week before?
Yeah, we fly out next Wednesday. So I parked outside. Sorry, I'm in the car, but I'm parked outside Charter Medical here, going in for the brain scan, and so that won't show a whole lot. There's a lack of activity there, I think, more than anything. But we're I think we have to isolate over there for 48 hours or 24 hours, and then we're in this bubble or whatever they do. So.
Yeah, from what I understand, from what I've listened to Eddie Hearn during the week on various interviews, I think he is going to do a bubble, and not necessarily because the restrictions are like that anymore. He just said, just for, in his words, just for banter. He's just going to have it, like, so.
Come here to me, like I was saying, anyone that knows me from hurling and football, and I know always as placid and as kind and as nice, and I hope to maintain this thing, and I hope he doesn't. But look, he's yeah, it's exciting, and this is what you get into boxing for, like so.
Yeah. Last thing I was going to say to you was, Eric Donovan, who has just kind of joined up with Paki. Now I know Kenny is still involved, but he's inside your gym now, and I know you know Eric well. Has Eric mentioned anything to you about his experience in fight camp? Because it's kind of similar to what you're going to be going into. Has he given you any advice, anything like that?
No. I tell you, Eric has only been in the gym 2 days. I've been training because with work and with stuff, Pascal has been accommodating me. I've been training a little bit earlier and stuff like that. And with numbers, we're just trying. Pascal is very conscious. Well, that was pre-lockdown. That's even 2 weeks ago, you know. So he's very conscious of numbers in the gym and stuff like so.
Yeah.
But now the gym is closed, so there's no one there. But it was just myself and him today. Like, but yeah. Look, Eric is a class act. I know Eric since I was 11 years of age. We boxed all the way up along together, and he's a class act. He's a brilliant person to have in the gym. Great knowledge. He's doing fantastic as a pro, and come here, I'm not putting down Kenneth or any of his trainers, but what Pascal can add to his bow will drive him on. Like, you know, there's little tiny things that could have been fixed in his last fight, and he'd have carried off a sensational win. But look, these things happen. He lost that fight at a weight that's above his weight class. Do you know what I mean? So this drops him back down to his own weight class. It's giving him a massive platform. He's obviously seen there was a couple of things he need tweaking. Mark Dunlop has put him in contact with Pascal, and that's a phenomenal combination. Like he'll learn something from Packy, and I'm excited to see what Eric's next move is. But that's the long-winded answer saying no. I haven't talked to him about the bubble.
And something just popped in my head there just then. Sparring, obviously, in this time of day, in this day and age, you can't be flying here elsewhere to be getting sparring or getting people in. So I believe you've been sparring Paddy Nevin, pretty much the only other Irish heavyweight in the country at the moment. So how's that been going?
Paddy is gifted, very, very talented, really quick hands, very busy. And obviously he's a lot bigger than what Babic will be, but very quick, very fast, powerful man, and Paddy Nevin's a lovely fella. His father's a gentleman, really nice family. I know Paddy a long time, so for him to come in and help just shows the measure of the man. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think, come here, I hope you don't do it, but lots of people try and create rivalries that aren't there. Like, there'll never be a rivalry between me and Paddy Nevin because I've great time for the chap. Do you know what I mean? They try to do the same with Sean Turner and myself, and that's not like, you know what I mean? If a fight happens, it happens. It's great. Like, but Paddy is a fella, and he's given up so much time to help me for this fight. He's a young family. He's a quality man.
Yeah, definitely. And look, the way the heavyweight scene is Ireland, I think it's great rivalries. You kind of need more people in the pot. And for you, if you like, when you win this fight, like domestic level fight for an Irish title is something that it would only be for sentiment really at your stage, and because it's more so
diminish that, right? Oh, I wasn't a massively successful amateur. I was a good amateur. I won a lot, but I didn't win a senior title. I didn't go on boxing the Europeans or the Worlds. I was close. I was on the door, but I didn't. So I've never been massively lucky in Ireland. So winning an Irish professional title doesn't actually, I wouldn't put it down. It's a fantastic bet to have it. It'd be an honour to have it. But it was never at the top of my list of priorities, if you get me.
Yeah. And for some people, not necessarily Paddy, but if Con Sheehan, like at the time when people were saying Con could fight Sean Turner or whatever, you know, at the time that could have been like a world title fight. To some fighters, it is their world title fight because you're down to the names of, like, Tyson Fury was the last person to win it. It was Coleman Barra. Steve Collins as well, Andy Lee, Matthew Macklin, Jamie Moore. Like,
and Spike is one, and it's fantastic to have it, like, but it just, it's not.
It's all about timing. It really is about timing and luck, because the time has to be right in your career, and at the same time you have to have a dance partner, in the country. So that's really what it is with yours. But so look, I won't hold you anymore, Niall. And I really appreciate your time, especially you about to have this brain scan. I'm sure it'll be okay.
It'll be fine. Yeah, there's minimal activity, but there is activity, so it's all right.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to the fight, Niall, and best of luck. And thanks very much, gentlemen. Just
before you hang up, Kieran, can I just? Yeah. I have to give a massive thanks to all my sponsors. Joe DeVito and Fun Palace Casino, Body Bro, Wizzy Internet, Boland's Furniture and Gory, the Dinky Cafe. The lads have stuck with me all through my pro career, and we're coming into the twilight of it now, and they've been very good to me. Cornell's Tree Services. And then the lads in work for giving me the chance, my boss man Ray Lyons and stuff like that. They've just looked after me very well. They're doing the best they can to help me and to follow this dream. So as well, you need people to be on board with you, or it's impossible. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hence is in this time, all the lads that are fighting abroad in the rogue stream and that, the only reason that's happening is because of sponsors. Probably the most important backbone to every Irish boxer, I'd say.
Yeah. Kieran, thanks a million, man.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much, now.